That was good, boys. Austin again with another fucking video. I know I haven't been too consistent on YouTube. I've had shit ton of client work, not gonna lie to you guys. But today I have a crazy one, and it's actually from a real situation that I had with a client recently, a couple days ago. So, why all of your sales calls are no showing, right? This is actually a problem we had with one of our recent clients, internal clients, the agency. He's in the coaching niche, and we had the automation set up, we had the SMS reminders, we had email automations, but people were still no showing. And the immediate thing that I looked at is on the front end, right? And this is actually a big lesson that I recently learned as well, is that not everything happens on the front end, right? But I'm going to go more in depth into it. So this is the amount of calls that we had, and I think half of these guys no showed, right? And we had around a 40% no show rate, which is, I don't know if you guys know anything about business, that's fucking horrible, right? And usually, obviously, every business is not going to be the same, right? So I had those same exact systems implemented into another client's businesses, and that was working for him, right? But every business is not going to be the same. Every audience is not the same. Every ICP is not the same. So sometimes something's going to work amazing for one guy and it's not going to work amazing for the other guy. So I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what to do to solve your no-show rate, or at least what worked for us. So let's start with the funnel, right? This is your funnel for your coaching business, whatever, right? Lead interacts with your post, likes story, comments on a post, shows interest in a guide or something like that. And the setter reaches out, qualifies the lead, puts them through a DM funnel, and then books them on the calendar. Obviously, I'm saying this pretty quick, but obviously a lot goes into actually qualifying these leads, and they need to go through the whole DM script, DM funnel, whatever you like to call it. They watch the after booking VSL, get nurtured, they get sent a free guide, get email automations and SMS reminders. Now, most of you guys probably don't even have this set up, but I hope that you guys do, right? Let's say you do have this set up. When your calls start no-showing, you always think that it's a problem on the front end, right? You're asking yourself, how can I make the free guide better? How can I make the email automations better? How can I make the SMS reminders better? All in order to get these calls to no-show. So immediately you start changing everything on the front end. You start optimizing the emails, changing it, making it more better copywriting, better direct response marketing, better SMS reminders, changing the whole DM funnel, changing the free guides, just in order to get these leads, give the leads essentially a reason to hop on the call with you, right? Yeah, hop on the call with you. And since having no shows, a lot of no shows is such a big problem in business and coaching, especially, that you guys think it's followed by such a big solution, right? Because usually when you have a really big solution like really big problem like that, you guys just think it's such a big problem to solve that it's going to be correlated to such a big solution that's going to take you weeks, months to actually fix, right? But the truth is that it's not. In business, most of your problems, big or small, will get fixed by just making the smallest optimization to your funnel. And sometimes it's not even about your funnel. You don't have a funnel problem, right? Sometimes you don't have a funnel problem, and you need to realize this by reiterating your whole process. Um, in this case, my bad. In this case, instead of changing everything, so the emails, the free guides, the SMS reminders, the email automations, you should have just asked yourself this one simple question. Is it an easy process for my leads to even show up to the call? And what I mean by that is not the email automations, not the SMS reminders, not the free guides, not the after booking VSL. Instead of looking at your front end funnel, which is everything I just mentioned, map out the process in your mind or on a Figma board like this of what your leads have to do in order to join the call. So let's say this is the funnel, right? This is the funnel that we previously had, which has worked for previous clients. But like I said, every business is not going to be the same. So you guys need to reiterate many times before you actually land on the winning process essentially. So they book a call, they go to their email that might even be in spam, so it's even harder to find because Calendly sometimes they send emails to spams. They're kind of weird with it, and Go High Level is even worse if you don't have a verified domain. Um, so yeah, they go to their email. They have to find a small meeting link and then join at a designated time. Now, for you as the business owner, this might not seem like a long process. It doesn't seem like a long process to me. It seems fine, right? But you need to look at it from from a somewhat cold prospect POV. Now, do you think he's going to go through the hassle of doing all that to join a call where he is 90% sure where he's going to get sold to? No. I'm not going to take the time out of my day to try to do all this when I know I'm just going to get on the call and someone's probably going to force me to buy. Right? Obviously, that's not what happens. Your closer needs to be good, or the your offer owner who's taking the calls, or whoever's taking the calls. But this is what the prospect thinks. I'm not going to go through the hassle of trying to go in my email, trying to find the specific link, and then join at a designated time just to get sold to on a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 package. What's the point? You know, because I have to go through hassle first, and then secondly, I have to spend money. I'm not doing all that, right? So what do? Make it a smoother process for your leads to join the calls that you set. And what I mean by that is this is actually what we did to solve the solution. So we sent meeting links through DMs as soon as they booked, right? So what happens is they just booked a call. All of the confusion that they would have went through if we didn't actually send them the meeting link, they would have probably asked themselves let's say I booked for tomorrow 5 p.m., right? Up until 5 p.m. tomorrow, I probably would have asked myself a couple of times, how do I actually join this meeting? Now, if you didn't make it a smooth process for me, what's the easy option for me? Not showing up to the call, right? Just going on about my day and not showing up to the call. Better thing, I won't even have to spend money, right? So send meeting links through DMs because as soon as they book, that's when you have their attention, right? Because they're already actively replying to you and engaging with the conversation that you're putting out. So you send them the meeting link and now they actually know how to join the call. So now until 5 p.m., I'm not going to have any confusion on how do I actually join the call that I actually set it for myself. You know what I mean? Because I already have the meeting link. Secondly, SMS reminders with a meeting link. SMS, everyone has a phone. If you send it directly to my phone number, there's no way that I missed that call because I know exactly how to join. Let's say I didn't get the meeting link through DMs, right? Which is whatever reason, right? I got it through SMS. And the goal is just that your lead should 100% know how to join the call before the time arrives. And then if they don't, then that's your fault. And that's a funnel problem and not a no-show problem, right? So if you have all of this set up, all the meeting links, and you still have no shows, then you should go to this. Only then, right? Don't do it before. Test out the actual reminders and then see if your calls are actually not no showing up because you need to give your leads a reason to actually show up to the call. If they're going to show up to the call, then they need to actually believe that you have something that can actually help their journey or help their life or make it easier for them to make money, essentially. And 3 to 4 reminders before the actual call on the same exact platform that they book. This is super important. Don't try to overcomplicate shit by sending it on WhatsApp or you can do reminders as well, but don't try to overcomplicate it and send it to something else. Just send it to exactly where they book. So in this case, it would be Instagram. That's what it was for us. And you guys need to keep this in your mind. A confused lead is never going to pay you money. Never. Because they don't even know what the fuck's going on, right? The leads that hop on the call with my clients know what's going on, knows they're actually going to get sold to, but they know that that process can actually help them. They know that my client can actually help them make money. That's why they show up. Because they feel like my offer owner, my client, I mean, has something that can actually help them make more money in life, right? And the gist of this video is that it is just that you guys need to stop overcomplicating business. I'm not gonna lie, it is hard, right? It is hard being a growth operator. It's a lot of stuff that you have to do, but you guys overcomplicate it even more than it's supposed to be, right? It's a simple process. Don't just think in a 4x4 box, right? You guys are so limited. You guys limit your mind to the point where you get problems, you start asking yourself, you start thinking in a 4x4 box, right? But the problem is actually here, right? Just outside of that 4x4 box, but that 4x4 box, my bad. Yeah, exactly like I said, 90% of the time, your solutions are right outside of the 4x4 box that you have limited your mind to thinking, right? So that's the gist of this video. Most of your problems are going to be solved by you being creative, going outside of the box, actually thinking and not just thinking in a single box, right? Start getting creative, right? Think of new ideas. What's actually going to solve my no-show problem? Why are my leads not nurtured enough, right? Now, if you guys want the exact reminders that I use for this client to actually bring his no-show rate from 40%, like I said, which is fucking insane, all the way down to 5 to 10%, around 8%. That's exactly the KPIs we have right now, but we don't have really enough data. But around 5 to 10%, which is really good. DM me a reminder on Instagram, and I'll send it over to you for free. And I'll drop my Instagram in the bio. But yeah, quick video, guys. But basically, just don't think in a 4x4 box, and you're gonna make it in business.